one looks like Steve. You see? Doing here, Steve. That's so nice to see. You ever go through that? It's nice to see you.
Would the people of the press like to come forward, please? Anybody? Come forward because it's easier for you to ask Shree Mataji questions.
Yes. It would be better if you are in front, please.
Ist sonst noch jemand da, der Interview macht? Die Leute, die Interview machen möchten, bitte nach vor.
All right. We are here. You all understand English, do you? All the people who are reporters? English?
Verstehen Sie Englisch?
All right. We are here to inform you about a power which is within us, and the power that can give you what is promised by all the saints, scriptures, and all the incarnations. Today, when you see the young people in every country, especially in the West, you'll find they are not satisfied with their own atmosphere, their lives, and they think there is something missing. And they are extremely confused. Now, when they are confused, they are seeking for something beyond, something unknown to them. In that seeking, they may take to anything extreme, drugs, could be alcoholism, or some other perversions which cause horrible diseases, incurable diseases. Instead of condemning them, we have to see why they are doing all these things. What is the purpose? Also, some of them went to some gurus which are in the market. Especially when they see the religious people and the religions, they cannot believe that religion can give such horrid experiences. And some of them are anti-God, anti-religion also.
But if you deal with the problem sympathetically, you cannot blame them because they are intelligent, aware people. So now we have two categories of people. One, the ones who are not seeking at all, and another are the ones who want to find out solutions of the problems. In every generation, we had people who revolutionized because they did not like a particular system or did not like a particular style of life, whatever it was. But now the revolution has to come from within. We have to evolve from within. Because the destruction is also coming from within. We are destroying ourselves more from within. Because we are so unhappy, so confused, absolutely quite a percentage is schizophrenic. So then we start seeking the solution. And in that seeking, we make mistakes. And we make mistakes because we do not know what to seek. And how to find. Also, how to evolve to that state. So logically we have to reach some conclusions, logically, that it has to be some evolutionary happening. This is logical. To transform ourselves, there has to be some evolution. Jung was not an Austrian, was he? Jung.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. Jung was Austrian. Yes, yes. Carl Gustav Jung.
Freud was. Jung, I don't know.
Swiss.
All right. So, like Jung has said that you have to become collectively conscious. You have to become. It's an actualization. It is not just a certificate. It has to become from within. It's an honest thing. It's an innate thing. It is not just a preaching or sort of a giving a certificate. It is not. Or taking a name. It is actualization within yourself. So that something has to happen to us. Now, as we have evolved from monkey stage to this stage, for example, we've done nothing. It is a living process. Which has taken place spontaneously. There's a big resistance to any Oriental ideas being accepted in the West. Big resistance. I find there's a very big resistance for any Oriental ideas coming to the West. Now these Oriental ideas which are coming are to be seen with a scientific open mind. Because the Western life has grown like a tree outside, but the roots may be in the East. Maybe we can keep ourselves open to see where are the roots. Now, if the roots are in the East, supposing, it's an hypothesis, so let us have a look at it, if there is any solution in those. So you go to Oriental ideas. But there also is very dangerous, because you are going in the unknown. You might go to false gurus, you might go to wrong people, and get completely destroyed. So, what do? First thing we should know, we cannot pay for our evolution. We cannot pay. Money is not there. Nor can we pay for any living process. Any living process we cannot pay. Like if the seed has to sprout, the Mother Earth will sprout it. We don't pay the Mother Earth. All right. So, first thing they should have known that anybody who asks for money is not a truthful person. No money should be involved. Then the second point comes in, that we got to this stage of human awareness spontaneously, without any effort, effortlessly. In the same way it should happen. But first of all, in every evolution, there has been one leader. We can call them as archetypes, as they say, or whatever you may say, want to say. So Jung was not very clear on that point. So now such a person can decode the information of symbols and everything, and can help others without taking any money, without taking any gratification. Can do it. And here it is that people fumble in the West. They don't mind a pope. They don't mind an Archbishop of Canterbury. But they do mind a person who is doing everything free, just out of love. You'll be amazed in England. The television people told me that we cannot accept anything which does not take money. Can you believe it? It's a fact. I think in Boston or somewhere, they asked me a question, how many Rolls Royces you have got? This is journalism, I'm just telling you. And in San Francisco, they would not even publish my advertisement because by mistakes we had said that it can cure AIDS. They said, no, we don't want AIDS to be cured, we don't want anything to deal with our homosexuality. They said that horrible things, that 65% people are homosexuals in San Francisco, and the editor is a homosexual, and the chairman is, even the mayor is. So I didn't know what to do. I thought it's better not to advertise because we'll be useless for them. This is the problem. Then the most important thing, which is not realized by modern mind, that they believe anything new is to be tried, is a very dangerous thing. If we are dealing with the living process of evolution, we have to know that in spiritual life, whatever is going to happen must relate to scriptures, to all the scriptures, must relate to them. Not to one scripture, say for Holy Bible or Holy Quran or any, but to all of them. Because it is like a seed that sprouts, then it becomes the stem, then the branches, then the leaves, then the flower, and then the fruit, living process. It is based on something, evolves through something. But whatever is dead, like we can create a fruit, plastic fruit from nowhere, just like that, you see. So which has no basis, has no meaning. It must have a basis from where it has come, its origin must be seen. As in the growth of the tree, all that is useless drops out. In the same way, in evolution also, all that is useless drops out. Even useless tradition drop out, everything drops out. But ultimately, you reach to the epitome where you become the fruit. So the time has come for human beings to become the spirit. What's the word for primule in German? Is there a word for primule?
Primule. Keimling.
Huh?
Keimling.
Cabri.
Keimling.
Camry. So every seed has Camry,
Keimling.
all right? And in the same way, within us is our Camry, is the Kundalini. And this is to be actually awakened, actually awakened. Of course, the superficial people who are not worried about the world will not bother about it. They are out of question, superficial people. But there are another kind who is making money in the name of spirit or living on that money and organizing. Will definitely oppose us. Naturally, we become controversial for them because basically we hit them for no fault of ours. We don't mean to, but it just happens. But a person who has pure intelligence, you need not be a very well educated person, nothing, but pure intelligence can see through the game, should be able to see through the game. Now in Sahaja Yoga, we have thousands of people all over the world. There are people who are, we can call them the highest in the society. There are people who are the lowest in the so-called society. All of them are at par with each and every person. There is no higher, lower feeling. Everyone belongs to that society. So, it belongs to that society. Moreover, when this happens, because we understand what these incarnations were, the conflict of all religions drops out like that. We understand it on central nervous system. The conflict drops out. There is no question of not worshipping Christ. Muslims, Jews, Hindus all worship Christ. They all worship Muhammad Sahib, and they all worship Rama, Krishna, all these. Because actually they see that when the Kundalini rises, she passes through certain centers, and there you have to take the name of those great incarnations. So this is the knowledge of the roots. And one must know that you have to become a subtler being to understand that knowledge. But unless and until we have that knowledge, we are in for a catastrophe. There's a big shock awaiting us. And how are we going to avert it? Just by talking about peace, you don't bring peace. Those who talk about peace, they don't have peace within themselves. So we are at that point, we try to talk about it, tell about it, persuade people. And media can help us. It has helped us a lot in Italy. And also in India, of course, because in India people know, they have the knowledge of the roots. So it's very easy in the villages of India, even in the cities of India, we are doing very well. Not only that, but say for example, Delhi University has accepted Sahaja Yoga for research. And the degree you get is a Doctor of Medicine, higher than post-graduation. After post-graduation, you get this degree, is very rare, Doctor of Medicine. For Sahaja Yoga, they have accepted. Even Cambridge University has accepted this for a research. So one should try to see the sense in it. They have not done it to criticize it, but with respect. not to criticize it, but with respect, with acceptance that there is something about it. So I would request the media to give the facts. By understanding it, we have nothing to gain, but Austrian people should be benefited. That's all. As a result of Kundalini awakening, we can claim many things, but that can be seen that cancer can be cured, so many incurable physical diseases can be cured, mental diseases can be cured, drug addiction can be cured, the problems created by these gurus can be cured. All these things can be done when you become the spirit. But this should be just at a level of a hypothesis. When we do it and it's proved, then you should accept, not blindly. There is no blind faith in Sahaja Yoga. We have no priesthoods. Nobody is paid. It's a free society. And everyone becomes very knowledgeable. A Sahaja Yogi may not be a doctor, but he can cure people. He may not be a psychiatrist, but he can cure mad people. He becomes equipped with the power by which he does it. Like Christ was not a doctor, he cured people. In the same way, in the same fashion. Now, I would like you to ask me questions because it's a very wide subject and one can go on talking about it. I wanted these people to explain to you for 15 minutes all other things so that you will have your questions ready for me.
In this press handout of yours, it says that unauthorized tampering with Chaya Yoga can cause damage, can be dangerous. How do you define this?
What is it?
We've said in the literature, any unauthorized tampering can harm in some way your yoga. How do you explain this?
Unauthorized tampering.
Tampering,
And
interfering.
it's written by Sahaja Yogis. You see, the language is a bit too high. What do you mean by that? I would like to know myself.
Probably people who try to awaken the Kundalini.
Of course, of course. You see, Kundalini can only be awakened by a person who has the authority, divine authority. You cannot elect a person. You see, like we can elect a priest, it's not like that. You must have the power to raise the Kundalini. Now, those people who are leading a very, what you can say, a very, in one word, dirty life, you can say, cannot raise the Kundalini. You have to belong to this pure religion, inner pure religion. And you have to have these powers. Otherwise, those people who try other tricks, what they do, they disturb your sympathetic nervous system, activate it. Kundalini doesn't rise. Kundalini will only rise by a proper Sahaja Yogi. For example, I'll tell you. Supposing there is a seed and you want to plant it. So, So you have to put it in the Mother Earth. Supposing you put it on this table, it won't. But supposing you put it in the fire, it will burn. Only the Mother Earth has the power to sprout it. That's what it is. All right. I mean, when you give communique, must give it clear cut also. It's quite, I couldn't understand myself. I'm sorry for that. All right. What else? He's done a lot of homework, I must say. It's great. And that's why you must have read. There were some books in German also about Kundalini, horrible books, that it harms you, it burns you, nothing of the kind. It does not. It is the sympathetic when activated by wrong type of things. See, like sex activation, some other activation, some people try to turn this out and all that, and you start seeing a light and all that thing. This is all short-circuiting. Actually, you suffer a lot with that, no doubt. It's so spontaneous. It just happens to you spontaneously. Are you feeling relaxed yourself? You got it. You got your realization. Only thing you have to little bit know about it, that's all. So absolutely relaxed. There's no thought.
No question, sure.
No question. You got it. You got it. Just while talking to me, you got it. Because you are a positive person, want to know about it. If you come with a determined effort just to criticize, then nothing can work out, you see. It's done. He's got it. You got it. May God bless you. May God bless you. It's your own. I've done nothing. I was just talking to you. Kundalini knows that you are sitting before me. She just rose by herself. That's your mother. That's your mother. Your own, individual mother. And that's the Holy Ghost. That's the primordial mother, which Christians don't talk about, and then they don't want you to know anything else. Whatever they will teach, you should learn. Nothing more. I was myself born in a Christian family. So you have to have, you see, blinkers on both the sides. You're not supposed to see this side or that side. And this is why young people fell a trap to these horrible gurus who came to make money here. I know of somebody who came from jail, who came to Germany wearing those saffron clothes, sat on one of the centers there somewhere, and everybody flocked to him. He came from jail. Because they don't know how to make out a good guru, the Sadguru and the Aguru. There are books and books on that in India. But they don't know, poor things. And I don't blame them, because they were seeking so honestly that they got into trouble. But I have been talking about them from 1974. But another problem was with young people from the West was that they hated Christianity. That's one problem. So when I talked about Christ, they just turned around, went back. You couldn't talk to them. They said, don't talk of Christ. They went out. So this Christianity has done nothing but a harm to them, that they just don't want to hear about Christ. I mean, Christ is a living God, no doubt. And I have to talk about him very much. But they didn't like it. It's such a problem of conceptions. Conceptions. You see, reality is what reality is. It's not a concept. It's what it is. See, Christ is the Son of God. He is the real personality. Whatever church may do to it or any may do to it makes no difference. He is what he is. And this is the problem, is the concept. Concept is not reality. That's just a mental projection. Just a mental projection. You have to rise beyond that to be the spirit. All right? May God bless you. May I know your name, please? Your name, please?
George.
George. Good. Is the name of an angel. Yes, Saint George. And Saint George, we call him as Bhairava in our Indian language. He's called as Bhairava, Saint George. He's a very great god, according angel. Yes. So we have nobody else now here. Steve, you have any questions? No, must be, because you see, you have to face journalists. What about you, Peter? Ask a question.
Whereabouts in the world, Shree Mataji,
What's his-
has this message been spread? Where in the world has the message been spread?
Where has this message been spread in the world? To which countries?
Yes.
Oh God.
It's now 16 countries, Sri Mataji, and in 11 of those it's very, very active, and there are thousands of people in about 6 of those countries.
Really?
Thousands and thousands, and there are...
Shree Mataji, does this mean that all different religions are coming?
Of course, of course. We have here Chalal, he was in Islam religion from Algeria. Then, of course, you know him very well. And here only you will find people from different religions sitting here. There's a lady from a Hindu religion there sitting. Then, what was your religion, Mary? Christian? Born again?
She was born Christian.
This is self-certified born again. I thought, no, that's same thing. I see. All right. So, of course, no doubt, we have all religions, all caste, all creed, like Sierra Leone. Now we have got Africans there. There we have got Spain, we have got even in Bolivia. Bolivia is, what is the religion they follow?
It would be Christianity
Christianity.
of a kind.
Bolivia, of a kind. Bolivia, and also in now in Peru, everywhere. So it is infinite. It goes to everyone. It cannot be. You see, if God is one, how can you have anybody barred? We have Chinese and we have Japanese, all types of people we have from all races, from everywhere. So there's no question of that. Now what else? But actually I cannot give you the list of all the nations, but practically all except for Scandinavian nations we have not approached, but we have Scandinavian people in Sahaja, but we have not yet established centers there.
Shree Mataji, could you tell me just a little bit about when you went to Milan, I think, there were many people come. Apparently such a meeting as tonight, some 1,000 people came or something.
What happened in Milan? Apparently, when you first went there, so many people were there, and it was a gathering of...
Yes, yes. You see, I think Italians are great sensitive people. Italians are very sensitive. And you will be surprised, in Italy there are no gurus except in the north of Italy. They are very sensitive people, very emotional and sensitive. And they respect love, and they have respect for mother also. And when they saw my photograph, they did feel something about it. I don't know what they felt about my photograph. I don't know what photograph it was. But they felt peace, maybe whatever it is. But I was amazed. The whole hall was filled with people. Absolutely. And Italians, even as far as the government is concerned, all of them are very open to Sahaja. Surprising. They are very sensitive people. And they must have found out about me that I have done all good. There's no objection to anything, and now they have invited me to a press conference, which Guido will tell you what it is. It is a press conference of all the people of Italy. It's a very big thing, called as the press conference.
Your guest of the year, Mother, on,
Guest of the year.
on Italian television.
See that?
There is a big campaign going on because you will be the top personality. We will have politicians, we will have writers, poets, you will be the top personality.
Talking to all of them.
Yes.
Will be nice. Will be nice, really nice, meeting them all. Yes. But I feel Austria is one country which is very much in the center, somehow. It's very much in the center. Austrians are neither east nor west, center people. And they are very good for surgery, very sensible people in Austria. And we have found very sensible people in Austria, no doubt about it. Another thing is, Austria has never given us any problem. We never got people who were schizophrenic or nonsensical or fighting type, nothing. Very nice people we got. Surprising. So Austria has a special place, I think, in Europe.
You say that people can reach Kundalini and some people cannot. What happens after death to those who cannot? Is there something like a concept of a hell in...
Something fell down. It's all right. Huh? It's very, they are very heavy and you have put very small nails there. Huh? So, what happens?
What happens to people after death who have not reached this state you have been describing?
If they don't get it,
Yes.
or if they get it.
If they don't
Is
get it.
there something like a
Some
concept
people
of-
get
of
the
a-
Kundalini raised, some don't. What happens to people after death if they don't get it?
Is there a concept of a hell in Kundalini?
Is there a
See,
concept?
most established religions work with the principle you do it our way, or you end up in a place which you won't like.
He said most religions work on a concept that you do it our way, or you end up in a horrible place.
No, it's not like that. You see, I think most of the people should get it. To get a very generous view of the whole thing, as the world is today, it will be taken by people. They'll take to realization, I'm sure. Most of them will get it. Supposing if they don't get and die, then they'll be born again and they'll get it. But those who have to go to hell will go to hell in any way. In any way. You see, there are people, as I would say, who would never take to anything good. Could be. There could be people. I have not known, but maybe. We should give all a benefit of doubt.
The problem is, where is the definition of good? Who defines what is good and what is not good?
Yes. Because, you see,
Who sets these standards?
yes, that is it. Now I'll tell you what happens, that your spirit is absolute. Is absolute. Spirit is an absolute thing. Supposing now you want to know whether I'm good or not, or he's good or not. The good is not the way we look at things. Like you see, we see the dress, see the face. This is not the thing, superficially. But when we have to see a person is good or not, we see, we feel his chakras, you see. What chakras he's catching. You can feel them on your fingertips, you see. Like Muhammad Sahib has said, that your hands will be speaking. So you feel on your centers the another person. So we don't certify them as good or bad. That category doesn't exist in Sahaja Yoga. What we say, what are the centers catching in a person? Now, what is catching in a person? What centers are wrong? We try to correct it. We can say a patient comes to a hospital. The doctors don't say you are good or bad. They don't categorize like that. What they see, what is the disease? Let us treat the disease. It's like that. So the good and bad is not described in Sahaja Yoga. What is described are the centers, which are out of place. But some people have ruined their centers completely, have no Kundalini at all with them. They are like devils, some of them must have been. I don't want to name them, but could have been. So, you see, such people, then what to do? They must have desire. I mean, you cannot force anyone. That's the big problem. If they desire it, well and good. If they don't desire it, you cannot just make them do it. No, you cannot. They have to desire it in their own freedom. Then they get it, the joy. Nothing can be forced. This is the handicap. So we have no category. We don't condemn anyone as bad, or we do not elevate somebody as excellent. But we tell them what are the centers catching. And when you get your realization, you will know what's catching in you. And you will also know what is catching in him. And then if I tell you, supposing if I tell him, Dr. Warren, your aga is catching, means your ego is coming up. He won't feel bad because he'll get a headache there. So he said, better correct it, mother. With his ego, he'll get a headache a little bit. So what, correct it. So nobody feels bad about it. You see, so there is nothing like good and bad are words used very vague. They are very vague terminologies. There's no precision about it. Because spirit is absolute. So everything related to spirit is the absolute knowledge. You may say a person is very good. He's an excellent person. That we don't accept. What we accept is what are the condition of his chakras are and how much we can help him. That's all. We're not bothered about who's good, who's bad. That category doesn't exist. That type of a category. But of course, the condition of the chakras are very important. Any other questions? Steve, you better ask me. He's an American.
Shree Mataji, could you describe the experience of self-realization?
I describe it.
Yes.
Oh, God. No. I never had it, so how am I to describe? I'm born like this. But I would say the experience of self-realization that I've seen that happens to people, first of all, when the Kundalini rises, you see, of course the mechanism goes into complete force. And when she pierces through the fontanelle bone area, first thing you feel is the cool breeze in the hands, but not necessarily. Some people feel it on top of their heads, coming out a cool breeze from their own head. So the self-certification is there. You see the cool breeze. But could be some people have too much heat coming out. See, supposing it's a cancer patient, especially, or anybody like that, a serious patient, you find that a heat comes out. Supposing it's a person who is very much possessed and extremely unhappy type of person, maybe, or an arrogant person, whatever it is. The Kundalini you can see clearly with your own eyes. It's pulsating at different centers, but especially at the base of the spine, where we call as the sacrum bone. Sacrum. Sacrum is sacred bone, and the sacred bone. So you can see it very clearly. We have got photographs of that. Absolute pulsation you can see like a heart. Then the experience moves with some people, it does, I must say. They do feel the rising, if it is slow rise. But if it shoots off, you don't feel anything. You just feel the cool breeze coming out of your head. Then you start feeling out of your fingertips also. But the feeling you get, first of all, when it rises above this center, you feel you're beyond thought. You're in the present, beyond thought. Just enjoying the peace of your being. Enjoying yourself in a way. And then when it pierces through, a kind of a joy that trickles down. Different people have different things. But say for Indians, you see, they don't think so much as you think. You people think too much. So they don't think, so they get their, first of all they get the joy. But in the West, I think the people get more the awareness about it. They start feeling his chakras, they practice this, that. Ultimately they get the joy. But Indians first get the joy and they said, we don't want to worry about anything else. So it depends on the condition of a person, what the experience would be. But on the whole, this one thing happens to all of you, that your eyes start glistening. There's a glisten, there's a twinkle in the eye. That's one thing. And the face becomes, you see, relaxed. The wrinkles drop out. You drop out sometimes 10 years. Like, see, my age is 64 years of age, mine is. But people can't believe it because, you see, I don't feel my age at all. We all have forgotten what our ages are. And this is what happens to you because you go in a state of existence only. But it takes little time gradually to grow into it. But it starts with the sprouting of this seed, that is the Kundalini. But experiences people have different. Like in your case, it was very deep, I know. Because he was a great seeker. And he had started a band without knowing the word Sahaja on his own, Sahaj band. I don't know how he started. He must have got it from the unconscious, really. And he had such a strong experience because after that I met him for about 5 minutes and then he went away to Boston. And from Boston he sent me a telegram that, Mother, we are waiting for you in Boston. They said, Mother, who is this one? I said, he's Steve, I know him very well, I'm going down. And they were surprised. They said, how will you recognize? You've seen him only for 5 minutes. I said, I'll recognize him, don't you worry, I'm going down there. So you see, I can feel that also myself within myself, the person who's got it. Like I told you that you are now thoughtless. It's a report of the collective. It's a collective report. Because of collective consciousness, you can feel another person and you can feel yourself. But is an experience on your central nervous system is the thing. But when you get joy and when you get your awareness, is a thing depending on the condition of yourself. But mostly the West people first become aware, more aware. They start seeing things better. Those who have never noticed, say for example, a very nice curtain is lying here. But people will come, see superficially, go away. But a Sahaja yogi will see what a nice curtain, what a nice pattern, what nice flowers, what nice... You see, penetration into everything. It starts feeling everything. Penetration is... But experiences are different and different. Like, I think everybody must write about it. There are so many.
Another question that many people ask at such conferences as this is, why in the past was it so easy? It's so difficult, and why today it's so easy?
That's rather embarrassing to ask me. But one should reach a conclusion, there must be something about me that I do it that easily. All right, one point. Or second point could be explained with an analogy that in the beginning there are very few flowers on a tree. Very few, 1 or 2. Then when tree comes up in age and the blossom time starts, there are thousands. So the time has come. The time has come and I have come. Maybe that, 2 things put together. But maybe I know the trick of the trade better, perhaps. This is what I have discovered, is amas realization, not individual, but amas. That's what I have discovered. If you want me to proclaim, I'll proclaim that. But there's nothing great about it, I think. Because if you have something, what is so great? I have achieved nothing, you have achieved. That's the point. You have achieved. I have achieved nothing. I had this with me. You have achieved. Chalal, you must ask me some questions. He says he is a barrister.
Yes, well, there are usually, in each religion says I am the best, and so on. And when you look into it, all the ideas are the same. And I think some people have asked about how come when we come to Sahaja Yoga we understand better these religions, and we find that, as you said, there is one God, and all these religions are taking to the same point. So how come these people have not
Misled. How they form different groups.
Right.
That's a good point. Now, you see, in Sahaja Yoga, you get into the essence of everything. So if you get to the essence of the tree, the essence or the sap of the tree goes to every flower. It doesn't discriminate. But flowers are different. Now, what these people have done, they have plucked these flowers. Like somebody says, this is my religion, pluck the flower. Then the flowers are dead now. So they are carrying on with dead flowers. The religions are dead now. But they are flowering on the same tree. And you get inside the sap through the roots. So you see that everything is the same. It's just a manifestation of the same. Now electricity is flowing, it is giving you there. It is giving you air conditioning, it is working out there. But electricity is the same because you become the essence. But when you see from outside, they look different. Especially when deliberately they have plucked out these flowers and established this is mine. Christ is mine. How? Islam is mine. How? It is not. You cannot have them as properties. They cannot be your property. So this is what you realize. And that's why you see that everything has the same. You see, because now you have become an essence, new eyes have opened out, you see that everything is the same. You cannot become a fanatic now. You cannot. Even if you try to be. You cannot. You just cannot become fanatic anymore because you see the essence is the same. I mean, sugar put into this, sugar put into that, sugar put into that. If you become the sugar, you are everything, isn't it? I mean, religion had to be little different in its form because of the times that were there. Times were this way, that way. You see, every time they had to change the outward form and things like that on social level, political level, this, that. But essence was the same. Yes.
So, Mataji, then the conclusion that we can draw would be that Sahaja Yoga eventually will put an end to all this fanaticism.
Of course. You can't have it anymore. That's very true. Because you see the essence is the same. How can, you see, fanaticism comes from word finite, we should say. When you go into infinity, how can you have fanaticism? You finite yourself. I am this, I am this. That is clubbing. Actually, it is nothing but ordinary clubbing. See, we have clubs like somebody puts the, say, the tableware on the left side is one club. They put it on the right side, another. If they distribute, see, this is just like stupid clubbing, that's all. You cannot club out God or Christ or any one of these incarnations. They are all brothers and sisters and relations of each other. They are all related to each other. But those people who were in charge tried to destroy them as soon as possible and take the charge. Christ lived for 4 years. How Muhammad Sahib lived, you know, every one of them, how they were tortured. That's what happened. Because they wanted to take advantage of that. But forgive them now. All right, doesn't matter. They'll come round. Oh, any other question from you? Yes, yes. Good.
Shree Mataji, how should we approach best the seekers in countries who are not free? For example, in Hungary or Czechoslovakia, who cannot meet freely as we do.
Hungary.
How should we approach seekers in these countries which are not free, such as Hungary and Czechoslovakia and so on?
In a way, they are better off. I tell you. I've been to Russia, I've been to Czechoslovakia. I know they are not free. But you see, even freedom is, one should be able to bear it. You see, what is happening to the free countries today? If you see that, horrid. If you go to America, you can't wear your watch, you can't wear your bangles, you can't wear anything. Maybe tomorrow they'll pull out your hair also. It's such a chaotic country. So this freedom also human beings cannot bear in a way. As far as these free countries are, I tell you, the people are so simple. I went to China, I went to Russia because of my husband's job. All that. People are extremely simple. The governments are horrid, all right. But it will take no time for you to ignite Sahaja there. No time. Actually, it is already gone there, in a way. But logically, they are understanding it now, that Sahaja isn't there. So it will come through Russia, it will come through China, from these bigger countries. But what about the free countries, first of all? Tell me about them. Where are they? Free. It's a license. Yes.
What can be the influence of Sahaja Yoga on social level, political level, and
Yes, great. Because we'll have people of that quality. What we need is a transformation of human beings. Hypocrites talk of big, big things, cannot achieve anything, isn't it? But the people who believe, not believe, but know, as an actual thing that we are part and parcel of the whole, will not think of one government, another government, they'll think of one world, the whole. All this so-called politics is because we are divided. The nose is fighting the eyes is fighting the ears. But when they discover we are one body, what is there to fight? So most of the politics will be dissolved completely. As it is now, see, look at us. We have powers, so we are capitalist. And we want to give it to others, so we are communists already. We want to share it. We don't want to conserve it. So we are already doing the right thing, the integration. So all these problems come out of human beings. And as soon as they become the spirit, the problems will be dissolved. So social problems, you see, we have already solved so many social problems in Sahaja Yoga. We don't have problems, what you normally see. Our children are great, our marriages are great, we are enjoying our lives. It's heavenly. One or two mishaps are there, doesn't matter. But mostly, we have a beautiful society. No quarrel, no jealousies, no fightings, no malice, no hatred, nothing. Isn't it great to have such a society? And no dictation, nothing. Absolutely free. Now, Mary, what did you want to ask?
At individual and collective level, why is it that millions of people in the so-called free countries, like I would expect all of Vienna to come to your programs, why is it that people are missing the chance? They read the poster and they walk by. It happened to me in '82. I saw your poster. I read it, but I walked by. It's only about a year and a half ago, that I came to your program. I could have come in '82. And the same is happening to masses of people. Why?
I mean, what can I do about it? You see, people are, some are very superficial. Some think no end of themselves. They think they don't need anything. All kinds of things are there. I know, I agree with you, but it happens. Yes, please.
Maybe it's just a matter of advertising. You see,
Yeah.
no ill intent, but the German wording of your poster sounds a bit like an advertisement for instant coffee.
For a?
Sounds
He's,
like
he's saying that the advertising by the Sahaja for this program sounds a bit like an ad for instant coffee. He thinks that
It is instant coffee, but what to do?
No, but he's saying that the type of advertising is...
You see, I tell you, we buy instant coffee, isn't it? Now in modern times, everything is instant. So we had to have instant yoga also.
yeah, well,
It is what to do. It is, but you see now we can say that you can get it after a lot of sufferings and you have to sacrifice this and sacrifice that. All right, but it's not true, na? What to do? It is instant coffee, but we take instant coffee. We want everything instant in these modern times. Why not yoga?
sorry, I said instant coffee because I did want to avoid the word of junk food.
Huh?
It sounds like an advertisement for for what you said before, for a false guru. It sounds a bit like happiness here and now, instantly, irrevocably. Just come here and it doesn't sound.
So you tell us now how to advertise.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying, that's a fact. I really tell you, that's a fact. That's a fact. The Kundalini, I call it a jet Kundalini in modern times. Really, I'm myself surprised that it's working. Just shoots off, you know. Thousands of people in India, thousands. See, just shoots off. What am I to do? It works like that. It is just, I think the divine is anxious that let's have it out like that. It is. In modern times, it's working very fast. Not only me. Ask him how many people he has given realization. Every one of them have given to thousands realization. I mean, seeing is believing. But advertising, we do not know what to say now. What is it written here now?
He's perhaps thinks it's, I don't know, the English word might be, it's a little slick, it's a little smart, but, or something like that. Perhaps you mean more profound, do you? Do you mean
Yes,
more
yes.
deep, more sort of...
No, it really sounds like well, I saw a couple of other posters from other gurus. There's a corner in Vienna where every religious organization advertises, and they all sound very much, well, like these posters.
It's sounding like the other gurus that come.
I don't know about other gurus what they write, but why don't you see to it what you should write? I have no idea. But what I'm saying,
What does it say?
It's written, the time has come, the true realization here and now. That's all.
The time has come, the true realization here and now.
so what should we see? What should we say? Here and now is a fact, I tell you, really. No, we can. What should we say?
No, I think he's a very good example.
All right. Yeah. It's true. It's true. But what I'm saying, for people to be attractive, what he's saying, that when you have to attract people from outside, then we should put. Let's try to change it. But I don't know what.
I think perhaps implied in Mary's question was, is there a time, is there a certain stage when you come to Sahaja Yoga, or is it that everybody should be brought in right now? Do you reach a stage in your awareness where you're ready for it, or is it something that you just come if the advertising department is good, as it were?
I don't know what to say on this point, because you cannot say certainly that people have to reach a certain stage, because a person, you see, his wife brought her saying that he's the worst man, he indulges into this, he indulges into that, and all kinds of things, bad certificates about that fellow, and as soon as he came in, he got his realization.
Yes.
This is really true, I tell you. People suffering from cancer got realization in no time. So what is the stage, I don't know, but maybe we can say the attitude towards life, maybe. The attitude towards life is, you see, say for example in the West, like these BBC people telling me that if you say that it is without money, nobody will listen to you. But I cannot say it is for money. That's one point. He said, when you say free admission, things is useless. Now the conditioning is so bad that if you say free admission, oh, must be something funny.
He said Anglo-Saxon brain.
Ah.
We've got
This
the
is what he
Saxon
said.
part here.
Anglo-Saxon's brain cannot understand anything without money. Can you imagine? He told me frankly. You said he changed this. I said, but what should I say? I really don't take any money. What am I to say? This is what it is. You see, it's the conditioning of the mind. But in India, it is not so. In India, if you see, from the villages, they'll come on bullock carts, they'll come miles together, they'll walk, when they will know I'm going there. Also, the knowledge is not here. No? They have no background, what I would say. A background is needed, or I don't know, the sensitivity is needed. For Italians did not have the background, but sensitivity is there. Worst is in, I would say, in Switzerland or America is the worst of all. America fell for all kinds of guru, but for Sahaja Yoga, zero. Very bad. I'm sorry, but it is. They don't look at Sahaja Yoga. Now they are, after they have had all the experience of all the guru shopping they did. Now they are coming. They want to do shopping, you know. It's a fashion. Guru is a fashion. It's nothing deep. It's a fashion. Going to this guru, that guru, that guru. So how to talk to them? They have money, they want to shop it. America was the worst of all, I must say, experience-wise. Supposed to be the most advanced, most free country. They are the worst of all. But in Austria, I've seen the halls are filled. They are full. In Austria, we always get the halls are completely filled. Just like also in Italy. There's never dearth of people. I mean, people have to sit on the stairs in Austria, isn't it? So we don't have that problem. But getting realization is not possible for everyone, perhaps. There's some sort of an understanding needed. I can't explain why. Because the houses are all full, I tell you. You see, in the halls are absolutely filled. People sit on the stairs. You see, some are sitting outside. Some are standing on the street. It's there. Despite the facts, they are Saxon brains, he says. Did you write free?
Yes.
Yes, that's it. They'll come round. Gradually they will. See, they have to learn their lessons a little bit more, I think. That's all. They have to learn their lessons a little bit more. Now, with you, I'll tell you why. Because you are in the UN, a big boss there, working in the UN itself spoils your head, I tell you. Because I know my husband is there, so I know all of them. And their heads get swollen up, you see, UN personalities, then you are attending big conferences, you see, so-called big people, you see, big heads, you see, meet naturally. The big head, these things do not go in. So it's all right. But now you are all right. But that is one of the things. UN people, bureaucrats are the worst of all. They will be the last to come to Sahaja Yoga. My husband is a bureaucrat and I will deal with them. I never talk to them about Sahaja Yoga. Never, never, never. Bureaucrats are the, you see, they only want to serve government, that's all. They don't understand anything beyond. So bureaucracy is like that. Now what else you have in Austria? Bureaucracy, then you have military. Students, they will come. Yes.
There is another category of people who deep in their soul are seekers, but somehow are not able to take the last step. I know a lot of those people in Vienna, and I've been talking to some of them. In their soul, they understand the message, and then they get stuck. They say, but why do we have to worship Shree Mataji? That's where they get stuck. But they are really...
Why should you have to go to Shree Mataji?
Why should you have to worship Shree Mataji?
There's no need at all. I would be very happy if they don't worship. But you see, those who worship me have found out something good out of it. That's what they worship. Actually, you know, I hate that. I always see to it that these pujas should be so much lengthy that I have some time to rest. But I don't want them to worship me at all. It's very good. That's very good of them. I tell you, some of them, when they touch my feet, I get blisters. Horrible. As if yesterday I was telling you, like scorpion. I get such big, big blisters on my feet. I don't want them to worship them, if you ask me. But they would like to, because you know what it means, worshipping me. You all know it very well. Worshipping, what do you give me? Nothing. You just say certain mantras, this, that. What do you give me? Nothing. There's nothing to worship me. For example, now see my photograph, this one, is when I was sitting in a village. When I entered the village, I told them there's a very great soul who lived in this village. They said there was one. He was a Muslim. His name was Mia. So I said, now, he must have been still here. And I sat down to give my lecture, and I saw the spirit coming as a light of two hexagons, you see, on top of my head. I saw it. But you can't see. I mean, people can't see it. You see. But camera captured it. The camera captured it. And then the sun's rays through that prism-like spirit started coming as all 7 colors on me. I could see it. I could see it, and I was very happy with it, you see, with this report. But nobody could see it. But then I said, all right, now it's more than sufficient, like that. I said it. But nobody can see it. Now, what's this of my telling them that you should see because you will not see? So why to tell anybody about my worshipping also till they understand it? But the camera caught it. What can I do? Thank God the camera caught it. I didn't say. Why do they worship Christ? They have never seen him even. Why do they worship Christ's mother? They have never seen her. What did she do? She was just crying all her life. She didn't give realization to anybody. Even Christ did not give realization to anyone. Why do they worship him? You are a Christian. You should ask them a question like that. Why do the Muslims worship Kaaba? But in Sahaja Yoga, I am a discovery for you. I never asked anyone to worship me. Never, Baba. It's horrible for me. I am frightened of people trying to worship me because, you see, I have to take up everything, I have to suck in everything that you have. And they can tell you that I just don't like it. And I want to make big gaps in between, you see, so that at least I have some time to rest, to suck in the whole thing, digest it and take it out. So you need not tell them at all. In the beginning you should not tell them anything. Tell them that you are great, come along. Let them have their realization. Then if they say, then we should consider whether they should worship me or not. And everybody is not allowed to worship also. Do you know that, Mary? We don't allow everyone to come. You have to be a clean person, otherwise they are not allowed. So this worship is your privilege, not mine by any chance, I tell you. By any chance. And which you will all say that mother shuns it. I really shun it. And these false gurus, because nothing happens to them, they like it. So there's no explanation for this. It is to be seen. When they come to Sahaja Yoga, they can see it very well. Unless until they come in it, you should not talk of me as anything, as incarnation, anything. Just don't talk. You should not tell them about worship or anything. Just tell them that you have to get your realization. Let them first open their eyes, then talk to them about these things. In the beginning, if you start talking, they will be stuck, no doubt. They are stuck because they have not reached that point. They have to be seaworthy to be in the sea, isn't it? Yes. Nothing is needed to begin with, actually, and I don't want anything, really. if there is anything that is to be done, is to give realization to everyone, that's all. But to progress further, they have to worship. They will worship somebody who is dead and gone. They never worshipped Christ when he lived, they never worshipped his mother when she lived. They never worshipped Rama, they never worshipped Krishna. Now when they are dead, very nice to worship, because they are stones now, what can they do to you? That's human nature. When somebody is dead, then perfect, all right. The ones who crucified Christ have raised these churches. When person lives, it's in the present, you never appreciate. Because we don't allow anybody to worship also. It's a great privilege for anyone to be there. You know that. It's not for everyone. So many people have been denied in England and all that. Just now you have to prepare yourself. No. Everywhere. And yesterday I was telling Vido that you should not have brought that lady, she was no good. The one who was your roommate. Who was pestering you. I said she was very caught up and you should not have brought her for the pujas. That disturbs me. It's very significant, but like a person who has to be a postgraduate student to understand certain things, you have to be a postgraduate in Sahaja Yoga to be in a worship. Otherwise you should not. So you don't talk of these things. They'll get stuck, no doubt. I mean, I have no doubts about it. Anybody would get stuck. Because it looks so funny, isn't it? That you have to worship another human being. It is. So we have to use discretion. Anybody would be stuck that way. Unless and until you are a first-class Sahajogi and you understand the value of it, you have gone deep into it, then only you will realize. It's to be appreciated. I never talked about me at all to anyone. Never. Till some saints started talking about me. Some saints only told some people that this is this. Then they came and asked me. I said, all right, you find out for yourself. You see, with human beings you have to be very, very careful and cautious. I do not want to get crucified. You see? You have to be very, very cautious with them because ego is the first thing they come with. They don't understand what is beneficial for them. See, what did Christ do to them? Did he ruin them or do any bad to them? But they crucified him, isn't it? They gave poison to Muhammad Sahib. Why? Well, what was the thing? Because ego. So we should be careful with them. Even when you write, supposing in your, wherever you write, you should write it cautiously. See, make it so that according to your own understanding that they come to my program. Use your wisdom. What you want to put it, how to put it. Or if you want to say, you can say that at the first instance, the Kundalini rises. And then you have to grow into it. If you don't want to say quick, instant coffee business. So you may say like this. That might look nice. I would suggest that way. All right? That would help. But with the people, some of the very deep people, they just get realization without any trouble. Because they have been deep people all their lives. Not life, but lives. So they just get it. So it attracts people who are superficial, then it's not a good thing to say. That may be one of the reasons that only superficial come to our program. We should find out how to write that the deep people are attracted, isn't it? We should find out ways and methods by deep people are attracted, not superficial. I agree with you, the hall gets filled up because maybe superficial. Like a sail on, you see. Nobody buys anything. It's just a sale on. Everybody comes to see the sale. This is Kali Yuga, you see. This is very confused state in this. This is the age of confusion. This is the age of confusion, real confusion. Also, some people say that, why should I give realization? I said, better you give. Very good idea. I would like to retire. You see, this is ego, isn't it? Why should you do it? I mean, I'm doing it because I have to do it, all right. But if you can do it, nothing like it, I'll retire. I'll be very happy. I mean, my age is beyond now retirement. I would have retired long time back. Still going on and on. So also you should see the people, who they are, and then talk to them. Must use discretion. Very important to use discretion. As he said, it may be some people may not get it in this lifetime, maybe next time. Also it happens that, some people get realization, say for example, and get transformed and become something very beautiful. Then the mediocre people, may see that and try to follow it. The mediocre may try to follow it. Like when I went to Italy, this gentleman who is a very famous person who interviewed me, he said, first you give me realization, then I'll interview. Because perhaps he believed in me, whatever it was, or may not have believed, might be doubting, whatever it is. He got his realization. Then he started laughing. And he said, oh, so I've got it now. I said, yes, you got it. Now it is he who is organizing all these things. So maybe like this it might work out. Depends on, you see, human beings are quite complicated in modern times. Very difficult to hold on to them. If you give them this, they'll come this way. If you give them that, they'll come this way. Just they don't want to have it. Just some hooks or excuses. It's terrible. I know. Especially in the West. It's very difficult. Very difficult. But they'll accept as something stupid, like punks. Punks, you will find thousands now. People in very high positions are punks now. Can you believe it? Imagine our Prime Minister going as a punk. They accept stupid things without any questioning. Think of it. Drugs, for example. They accept it without any understanding, without any asking, and very educated, highly placed people do it. Absurd things like that. Alcoholism, womanizing, everything, all nonsensical things. But to do something good to yourself, it takes time. We are very self-destructive by temperament. To do something nice to ourselves, to get some blessings upon ourselves, we are slow. But they'll be all right. They have to learn their lessons, that's all I think. Yes, they have to learn their lessons.
I think we'll finish now.
All right. Everyone satisfied?
Yes, sure.
May God bless you. I'm happy that he's a very wise man. You see, he's done the homework. The other people just came just like any, that won't work out. You see, it's a deep subject. It's a very deep subject. You cannot just appear and go out, isn't it? Steve, are you going to talk to some people there? In Boston?
Yes, ma'am. So I'll be thinking about this.
In this way, you mean, like a press
Yes,
conference?
in this way.
Yes, we'll do. Mother, there's already a lady there who approached us about writing an article. She's completed it and is now trying to get it published. She just contacted us. She just found out where we were.
Really?
Yes, and when they've approved it, we were going to send you a copy so that you could approve it for publication.
Good. Good.
Just to put this into proper perspective, all over the world we get thousands of people, we get big press conferences, we get headline publicity.
Australia is very good. Australia extremely
it works out. It's a very dynamic thing, and this is the first time we've had anybody say such a thing, and it gives us something to think about. But on the positive side, our advertising works and we get tremendous response, and people in thousands
No, but
are
you see,
coming to Sahaja.
one point I see in is what he's saying, that, you see, one of the things that's really come to my mind is this, that this may be that we get superficial people.
It's true. It could be true.
Could be. So we should put something deep in it, because it's very deep experience. Suggestion, you see, there is something which explains certain things. They like my lectures, all right. They like to listen to my lecture because, you see, it appeals to their mind. But they don't get realization. So that means they are not very deep people.
One thing that I've also noticed, though, is that a lot of people respond to the photograph more than the words.
Yes, that is one thing. Yeah. Now, for example, in Switzerland, we put our these things. Nobody removed it. It's still there. Last 3 years, it is there. It's very surprising in Switzerland, where people are so meticulous. They have kept my photographs. In Italy also. All my 3-year-old photographs are there. Yeah, so Italy is there. What about, also I must say that advertising, whatever it was, in Australia, very effective. Australia is dynamic, absolutely. It's a very progressive in search, no doubt. Australians, imagine, can you believe it, that they were sent there as criminals, their forefathers, and today they are the ones who are going to take everyone to spirituality. Look at that. So how can you say good and bad? You can't talk of good and bad. Australia is the best. Australia is the best now, in progress. We have the leader from Australia, is of course the Warren started the whole thing, and we have James. Has he come?
Yes.
Oh, that's James. So, may God bless you. May God bless you. Very sweet of him. Yes, very sweet.